What's good? Ms.Fit, Murder Ass Gang. This is my dumb advice. Wow. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in once again, man. Shout out to the supporters, the fans, everybody who just been supporting me on this journey when it comes to just everything, battle rap, the clothing line, podcasts. So much love, man, has been shown to me, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. But make sure y'all check out the material, man. It's real dope, The songs is out on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, all major streaming platforms. But what I'm most proud of right now is the clothing line. King Quality Clothing. King with a Q, quality with a Q, clothing with a Q. I'm just really trying to break into the fashion industry, and because I love fashion, so I'm just making my way in with the merch, and I'd truly appreciate it if you guys support. Not only just support, man, it's dope trends, man. I'm trying to get y'all flea out here. Y'all gonna be flea in the king. Y'all gonna be flea. So check it out, man. If you can't find it, just Google King Quality Clothing. It's available on Teesprings right now. It's just so much more to come. And it's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. So get on it now, man. And let me know what you think. Send me feedback. All feedback is good feedback. Negative, positive. It's all gonna go towards me building my brand and me building myself as a human being, as a person. So I really appreciate leaving the comments. Sharing. Make sure you share the link. Let me know how you feel, We gonna get right into it. Fucking the cell phone. The cell phone has evolved so much over time. Now I remember my first phone was a Nokia. It used to be able to change the grips and shit. That was the first cell phone I had that I felt like popping. Like I had my little Nokia with the red grip. And I was chilling. I was playing Snake. Because I was the only creative. That's as creative as it got back then. You know what I mean? And that shit just evolved. I had a Nokia. Then we got more advanced, I had me a little smaller Nokia. That was cool. Then I switched over to the Sprint side. And I got me a flip phone. I was like, oh shit, they making flip phones. Shit is dope. Then they evolved the flip phone. It had a little screen in front of the flip phone. And I was like, oh, this fancy. And that's when ringtones was popping. You know what I mean? You could purchase ringtones right from the flip phone. And you could go on with your business. Then it evolved more. And we started getting like smartphones. But before the smartphone, I will admit, we had things like the two-way sidekick. The two ways. Right? We had the 2 ways. Then we had the 3 ways. And I had the blue joint. And then you put in the little headpiece, get your phone call on. That was wavy. Then we did get into sidekicks, I believe. Sidekicks was a fucking great time, man. That's when AOL was popping. That shit really gave you a social feel. And that was still before social media and shit like that. Then I remember I had a Google phone. It was the G1. It slid up. And I think that was my first phone that I had, that it had like a touch screen situation. But, Nextels was popping. Oh my God, the chirp. Man, the whole hood had the chirp. And if you ain't had no chirp, you wasn't lit. You wasn't popping if you ain't had that chirp popping, man. That was the mean hustler cell phone too, man. Just hit your connect. Yep, you good? Alright, we there. So yeah, the Nextels was so dope. Then I kind of got into BlackBerry. right? BlackBerry with the BBM. Oh my God. That was the fucking wave, man. Well, Blackberries were a very secure device. You know what I mean? That shit had really good security. But then somehow we got to the iPhone. And Apple really revolutionized the game, man. They put your MP3 player, your cell phone, and your computer in the fucking palm of your hand. You understand? That shit changed the motherfucking game. Changed the game, man. It really did. The interface, just having like a real operation system in the palm of your hand was just so crazy. And that's why they're fucking up the way they up right now, because they really the first people that really just changed the game and made your phone so intuitive and like just easy breezy. But let me stop getting into the details of the phone. But along with phone advancements came social media, and things like that. And you know, day to day, we're seeing more and more how people are just so into their devices. They're so into their phones. And sometimes they just block the outside world just out. You know, you got people pretending to be somebody else on social media. It's fucking crazy. You know, social media invented the catfish. You know what I mean? Well, at least I don't think it invented the catfish, because I got catfished on AOL back in the day. But, I mean, I guess that counts as social media on some level. But, you know, our phones became such a huge part of our life that's almost inevitable for your partner to want to see what's going on in the palm of our hand, right? So today's topic is, how do you feel about your partner going into your phone? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about, you know, do you feel like it's okay for you to go into your partner's phone? Now this shit is this is crazy, because I feel like that shit has literally ended relationships. Like, being in your partner's phone has ended relationships a lot. Like, I feel like everybody I'm talking to right now, if you're watching, you could remember at least one time where some shit in your phone got you into some bullshit. Alright? And the fucked up part is, it's something we value so much. You know? And it's like we keep some of the most private and intimate things in our phones. Now, do you think that should be shared with your partner? Right? Do you think it's a bad thing? Leave it in the comments. Do you feel like it's okay for your partner to be in your phone? Yes or no? Right? Are you like, hell no, I'm sleeping with this shit under my pillow? Or are you like, yeah, man, my girl got my password, I don't give a fuck? You know, some people might say, if you have nothing to hide, then you shouldn't have a problem with your partner being in your phone. And I mean, I agree to some extent, right? I, in the past, of course, have gotten in trouble, or, you know, trouble sounds like we're kids, but, you know, I had to face some of the consequences of my partner going into my phone and finding some things that weren't good for my relationship. So I could kind of speak to this from personal experience. Now, I've had relationships where I'm like, nah, don't go on my phone, because I know I'm hiding something. Because I know you're going to find texts, you're going to find pictures, you're going to find videos maybe of me doing the Dougie on some other bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I've also had open relationships where I'm like, yo, here's my password. I don't really care about my phone. You know, I don't care what you see, because there's nothing in my phone that's going to jeopardize our relationship. Right? But over time, my opinion about that has changed, right? How I feel personally about it and this is, just my opinion, is I feel like it goes a little more deeper than just getting caught doing some shady shit, right? Because there's so much other shit in your phone. You know what I mean? There's personal information. Maybe you have a really important job, and maybe there's just classified information in your phone that shouldn't be exposed to civilians, even your partner, even your loved one. Or maybe you're just a private person, and maybe you're taking dirty pictures of yourself and you don't want your partner to see it. Who fucking knows? Whatever the case may be, that should be your right. It should be your right whether you allow someone in your phone or not, right? And again, this is something that you should probably communicate with your partner. You should probably say, hey, I don't want you to be all up in my fucking phone. Now, I have, in the past, or I've had times where I give my partner my password and it doesn't matter. If they want to be on my phone, they could be on my phone. Where I draw the line is when everything becomes a problem, right? That's when your privileges get fucking taken away. Cause I'm in a faithful relationship. I'm in a monogamous relationship right now. So I could care less if my girlfriend is going in my phone. Don't give a fuck. Now, I wouldn't care if I didn't think that little things that are so innocent to me wouldn't cause issues, right? So for instance, people might DM me and say, I want to eat your pussy. I want to eat your ass. I might not reply. Of course, I'm not going to reply. But what if your partner sees that? And it's the first message. And now it's all about perception. It's what your partner perceives that message to be. Now, a billion things are going to run through your partner's mind. They're going to be like, oh, is this someone they're fucking with? Or is this someone they're about to be fucking with? Did they delete the previous messages? How long have they been talking? All these fucking questions, you don't need a fucking answer if you're not doing nothing. If you're not cheating. If I'm not cheating, I'm not answering these stupid ass questions that you created in your head, in assumption based on your perspective of the evidence you have in hand. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the safest and the best bet is to keep your phone to yourself. Don't share passwords, because it opens up a whole fucking window to a bunch of unnecessary fucking conversations that you probably don't need to be having. Because something so fucking innocent could just blow up into something so fucking huge. It could blow up to something so fucking huge. You know what I'm saying? For instance, what if an ex just decides to text you out the blue? She had a drunk night. She on the hen dog. She's like, I'm gonna text my ex. I still love them. And then text, I love you, baby. Kissy face. Now, if your partner sees that shit, they know what your ex name is, because we spoke about exes in the past. If you want to see my video on exes, and if you should still talk to your exes, hit the card above. Little white circle with the black eye in it. Hit it. Take you right to it, and then come back. They might perceive something in your phone to be something crazy. So that message that you got out the blue, you yourself don't know where that shit came from. You have no fucking idea where it came from. You haven't spoke to your ex in God knows how long. But if your partner sees your ex typing, I love you, kissy face, oh my God, they're gonna be fucking livid. they gonna be OD fucking livid. But if your partner sees that shit in your phone, they gonna be OD fucking livid. Super fucking livid. Cause now your partner's just gonna assume that you've been sharing these kind of intimate texts with your ex. And that shit might not be fucking true at all. So it's mind-blowing to think about how things could be taken the wrong way once somebody intrudes your privacy and goes into your device. Something so simple. Something so simple. Just a bunch of stainless steel and Gorilla Glass could turn your whole relationship upside down. Because something that is seen in your phone could be taken way out of fucking context. Way out of context. So my overall opinion is no. If it's your phone, it's your phone. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should be in my phone but me. I pay the bill. It's my phone. Don't go through my shit. And it's boundaries too. You know what I'm saying? It's boundaries. Now, again, if I don't give you a reason to be suspicious, if I'm with you every night and I'm giving you the best relationship you've ever had, I'm treating you like a queen, then why the fuck you feel the need to be in my phone to potentially discover something very minor that might just throw you off the roof? It's tricky, man. I feel like it's a tough subject. Why? Because there's so many people in the world who have found things in people's phone. Pictures, texts, and shit like that. So it gives them this like trauma. It's like this traumatizing vibe. And, you know, my mom used to tell me, like, what's the saying that my mom used to say? Like in Spanish, it's like, in Spanish, it's like in Spanish, it's like a heart that doesn't see, a heart doesn't feel. So, you know, don't open yourself up to like unnecessary heartbreak, because what you know, if you feel like your partner's cheating, then y'all need to have a fucking conversation. You going into their phone is not gonna help the situation. You know what I mean? And again, I say this shit all the time. If you not ready to break up with your fucking partner, then don't look for something that could potentially just make you look even fucking more dumb, right? So let's create the scenario, why don't we? Let's say you look in the phone. You find a crazy text. Oh shit, your ex is fucking with some bitch. This is crazy. You bark on your ex, y'all wildin', you getting physical, you pissed as shit. But then you don't leave the person. You caught them cheating, but you not leaving. You just wasted everybody's time. You wasted your own time. You wasted that motherfucker's time. Yo, you wasting everybody's time. Cause you not even acting on what you was looking for from the beginning. Right? Lawyers don't look for fucking evidence to not win the fucking case. They don't be like, oh, here's the evidence and yeah, guilty. I'm guilty. No. They present evidence to win their case. You know what I mean? It's fucking nuts. And yo, the phone, it just so many like subtopics that could kind of go into this shit. Like when somebody blows up your phone, yo, I've had times where I had 100 missed calls within a period of like 5 to 10 minutes. Now, here's my opinion on that. Here's my dumb advice on when people blow up your phone, right? Now, if you blew up my phone and it was 5 o'clock and you called me 100 times from 5 o'clock to 5:05, 5:10, I'll give you 10 fucking minutes. For me, that counts as one missed call. You understand? Bust the logic. I'm filming this show right now, and my phone is on Do Not Disturb. I could have 100 missed calls, but at the moment I'm occupied with something that's not cheating, not anything negative, just productive, and just work. Now, if I had 100 missed calls, it could be perceived that I was out fucking some hoes. Oh my God, I called you 100 times. You're cheating on me. You don't want to pick up the phone. What is going on? No, that just means I was away from my phone for X amount of time. That's all that means. So your 100 calls for me equates to one call. Now, if you called me 100 times throughout 24 hours, the whole day, then you can say you're being ignored. Then you can say, hey, I called you 100 fucking times. But if you call me 100 times within a 5-minute time period, that only means my phone was away from me for 5 minutes. That's all that means. So please, ladies and gents, if you are going to call your partner a whole fucking lot to try to get in contact with them, call them in sections. All right, call them at 5. Then call them another time at 5:20. Then 6 o'clock. 7. Now, if it's hours, like literally hours, and you called 100 times, then yeah, maybe they're ignoring you. Or maybe they're at a job that's 8 hours long. Okay, cool, bust a move. 8 hours pass and they still not picking up, then maybe you got a reason to be tight. But please, I hate when people do it. Don't call somebody in like a couple of minutes, mad times, and expect them and kind of preach to them like, oh shit, you're cheating. You're dubbing my calls because you're cheating. No, that might not be the case, my loves. Might not be the case. So please think about that. I say all of that to sum it up to, our phones is a piece of us. Now, if you share your password with your partner, that's great. That's fine. But now, partner, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to be mature about your findings and to be civilized and understand that people communicate. And it could be completely innocent. But also understand that people could get hit up without you hitting them back. Those are possibilities. Just, I say drink responsibly. Responsibly. Go through your partner's phone responsibly. This is Ms.Fit, Murder F Gang. This is my dumb advice. Bow.